Hello, my name is Jill Schoonover, and I'm going to be walking you through to this week's lesson with the library. The objective of this lesson is to get you thinking about your rights as a middle schooler and the different subject matters you encounter throughout your middle school career. The topic is middle school books in which to choose for 7th and 8th graders. It is important information for you to have. Not only are you more informed, but this arms you with the information so that each student can be treated fairly and equally. Our discussion question for today is: should middle school students have the right to read books of their own choosing at school? For you, I have 10 resources for you to look and read through so that you can make an informed decision on your own. The first resource right here with the Big Butler University, if you just click on it, it'll bring you to the website. And these are reasons books are banned in the first place. It gives you a nice big list for you to look through for just reading about that. And then from this page, if you click right here to the left, you can go to the recently banned books and you can view that list for you. By simply clicking the button at the top, it'll get you back to the home page. The next website is in the defense of banning books. Mark Hemingway gives us his side of banning books for children is the right thing to do. So this is his personal account of why he believes banning books is correct. The next resource is how banning books marginalizes children. And this states that this has stories about different cultures and life experiences are getting harder to find in the children's library when we ban books. So this may be a little bit more pro. Child psychology here with the little girl and the water hose. If you click on that, that resource gives you information about how our brains are developed. It also includes our mental, emotional, and social development as well. So it just gives you an overview of how our brains are developed and what age, uh, maybe perhaps our full information age would be developed. Right here with the gentleman reading the book, we have our pros and cons uh, for book banning. This one here gives you the top three and for both pros and cons, so that way you kind of have both sides of the story. And it's really nice because it's all on one page for you to read. Next, we have on the main page, we have this one here that says court cases. Now, what this one has is it gives you an oversight of some of the bigger court cases about banned books. Students' First Amendment rights and everything, it's how it is. Rights to receive information, how people select it, and it's just, it gives you a nice big trend since the 1980s for you to look at. Going over to the right, we have Children and Choices. This is about the why and how to let your students decide things. It has in the rationale behind it also. So if you click on this one here, it gives you the rationale, perhaps why students should have their own choice. Going a little further over, we have why students should choose their own books. To read in school is exactly what the title is about. So this one here is more of a uh, pro resource for you to look at. Uh, Coming back over to our left side here, we have banned books. This one right here, when you click on it, it brings you to the 4 famous library censorship cases and the outcomes for each book. And then last, we have our ALA, our American Library Association. From here, once it pulls up, if you go into a custom search, you can type in student rights and click enter. And then once it comes up over here on the left-handed side, you have multiple articles that you can read and that you have different ones. Right here, like do minors have First Amendment rights in school, student rights, protest and free speech. There's quite a few for you to look through. If you go back and you type in that same section that comes up, another good one for you to type in would be intellectual freedom, and it comes up right here for you. And you can even do sources. It could be a round table, but right here I would just definitely choose this one right here, just the basic. And then from here, it gives you, again, multiple resources that you can look for, and it gives you a little bit more information. So this one is probably going to be the most heavily used. If you want, it'll give you a lot of different information for you. So closing that down. So this here is all your resources all in one place. So while going through all of these resources, you need to keep in mind there are always two sides to a story. When looking at the AASL standard, which is located here in the top left-hand corner of the Padlet, the topic, it states that learners develop and satisfy personal curiosity by reflecting and questioning assumptions and possible misconceptions. In life, you need to think about all the possible outcomes before jumping to conclusions. So I hope that you get back and you're able to discuss our question and that you come up with your own decision on why you think perhaps children should not have the right to pick out their own books. Maybe they need a little bit more guidance with a librarian or teachers, or children should have full range and they should be able to pick whatever they like. I'm looking forward to some of your answers and discussions later on, and I hope we'll have some really great discussions in the library later this week. Have a great one.